You know, I wasn't really planning on making a video about this guy until we got a little more info about him, but I don't really care anymore. Even though we've seen Choso more recently, we still don't know much about his character. So the plot points of this video is going to be mainly like his general information, his race, and how they're different from humans and curses. I'll even go over the most recent news that we got about the death painting wombs in the most recent chapters. And I'll end it off with what I think his future will be like, and then just his character as a whole and what I think about how his character progressed from how we seen him in the beginning in the death painting or the origin of obedience arc up to right now. And so to start off, generally we have to go all the way back to the origin of obedience arc, where we find out that, yeah, that's where we find out where Mahito was the one who stole him and the other two out of the 3 death painting wombs. And like Noritoshi, he has the blood manipulation technique, but unlike Noritoshi, we've seen a lot more in Choso's arsenal. Like, we've seen them both use like slicing exorcism, piercing blood, red flowing scale, all that stuff. But Choso's arsenal that we've seen, especially recently, is a lot more diverse and more powerful than Noritoshi. And I actually said this in my Noritoshi video. It'll be right here. In my Noritoshi video, I said that seeing Choso made me want to see Noritoshi's growth, because how impressed Noritoshi was when he saw Choso's blood manipulation. He was like, wow, that's so powerful and stuff. So I was like, wow, he really is like leagues above Noritoshi. It makes me want to see how great Noritoshi is going to be in the future, especially with what Choso pulled off in the most recent chapters. But going back to Choso, he's one of those cool but tough kind of characters. And I know you can say that for a lot of the Jujutsu Kaisen character cast and all that stuff. They're all, Gege has a way of making all the characters like really cool. But for Choso, what makes Choso different for me, like especially most recently, is just the big brother factor. It really does spike up his character, and just to see his loyalty with his brothers and all that stuff, especially with the dynamic that we've seen with N.S.O.A and how he feels about his brothers. So it's cool to know that not everyone feels the same about their siblings. It really was an upper for Choso's character. He's kind of like Megumi if he was grown up and was like a big brother to somebody. Just imagine a Megumi like that, and that's Choso. And he only acts out a character when his siblings are in trouble. But other than that, he's pretty chill. He kind of reminds me of myself. I'm pretty like laid out, chilled, introverted kind of guy. But I don't think Choso's like introverted per se, but he's definitely just like not speaking unless spoken to kind of person. And when we're talking about combat, he's more than capable. Like, we've seen him beat Yuji. Yuji's not. He's new to the Jujutsu world, but he's not a bum. We've seen Choso in clutch moments, and he definitely just brings that clutchness out. We also seen his clutch factor with the most recent stuff with N.S.O.A. Now you can throw up the argument that, yeah, N.S.O.A didn't know that Choso was a cursed womb, but N.S.O.A is a special grade 1. It doesn't matter if he didn't know. Like, I feel as if he, like, even if he was caught off guard, he should still have like a backup, kind of. Like, you're experienced enough to be a special grade 1, and you got tricked. You should be prepared for almost anything, except for Sukuna. Except I'm not going that far, but like, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, it's Choso. I mean, Choso got hit multiple times by N.S.O.A throughout the past like 3 chapters, multiple times, and he's still tough. But N.S.O.A gets hit once with 1 attack, and he's on the ground. Like Choso deserves that dub. I don't care what kind of excuse you try to give N.S.O.A, he deserves that dub. But now I'll get into the death painting wombs. There are 9 half cursed, half human fetuses that can't be born without a human host. Now, from our understanding, we're told that there was a woman about 2 centuries back that birthed a half cursed, half human, but died. The baby died, and she tried to bring it to Noritoshi, and I'm assuming that kid was dissected. It was dissected and studied so that Noritoshi could make the nine cursed wombs. So all the death painting wombs are about 100. They're 150 years old, and it's crazy because we were told that the 3 of them that Mahito took not only are special grades, but they were little babies in a capsule, little fetuses in a capsule for 150 years, like not doing anything but just floating in just this liquid, and only being aware of themselves and their brothers, like this, through this blood connection. And recently Choso did say that he is the eldest of 10 siblings. Now I'm assuming that he was talking about Yuji. He was adding Yuji into the equation of the 9 cursed wombs. death paintings, but I also thought for a moment that he was talking about he was like the very first one that was born and assumingly dissected to make the other 9. I could be crazy though. I could be crazy. So let's just move on. And what we also find out in the most recent chapter is that the death paintings can convert their cursed energy into blood. So as long as they have cursed energy, they won't die of blood loss. Like that's pretty cool. And that was the deciding factor in the most recent fight with Choso and Naoya. And all that does make sense because they are half human, half curses, and curses are made of cursed energy, a huge compilation of cursed energy. So they're kind of like the light skins of the Jujutsu world, if you will. So as for Choso's future plans, we know after the Shibuya arc, he tried to set out to find the rest of his brothers, the rest of the 6 death paintings, but ended up helping Yuji out, defeating curses around the city, because you know it's a whole lot of fuckery right now. And that results in him getting one-shotted by Akotsu. So the question is, what now? Akotsu already got what he came for. He got Yuji, so what is he gonna do with Choso? Is he gonna just leave him knocked out in the streets like Debo? Like I don't think he'll do that. So I think it's up to Naoya. Akotsu probably doesn't care about Choso, so Naoya is probably gonna try to get some type of revenge. He could do anything. He could bring it back to the Zenin headquarters, whatever household they were at the time. He can bring him back. He could try to see what he really is, because I know that he caught on to the fact that Choso isn't really like a full-fledged human, so he can bring him back for like further evaluation, or he might just kill him right now. I mean, it's up in the air with Gege. I mean, what happened recently was expected, but when it comes to the future of Jujutsu Kaisen, it's hard to just guess it. I don't know many people who guess what's gonna happen. No one guessed that Choso was gonna beat Naoya. We all thought he was gonna die, so anything can happen with Choso right now. But I believe it's mainly up to Naoya for what's gonna happen with him in this moment, because he's knocked out on the ground. Yuji can't do anything. Akotsu got what he came for, you know. So all I'm asking before Choso dies is if we just get more info on what happened with Noritoshi Kamo and just the past, all that stuff before he was born, and hell, just more about the curse memory manipulation. I don't think Gege said that was a thing. Like in the most recent interview, he said that wasn't like an ability or whatever. So I just want more information on how he believes that him and Yuji are tied together. He said that he had the same father, which was Noritoshi Kamo. That's about all we got about that information so far. So I'd like to know more about their connection in his head. Like what's going on in there? How does he believe that they're really tied together? But overall, he's a pretty dope character in my opinion. I mean, he definitely stepped up in the ranking ever since him and Yuji became brothers, you know. So, and I was actually thinking that Yuji, like post Shibuya, could beat Choso. I mean, because he was praising him. Choso was praising Yuji after he killed that flying squirrel curse or whatever it was, saying that he added finesse and his flow of curse energy is a lot better now. He's stronger. Even ever since that he fought Yuji, he's a lot stronger now. He added more finesse to his way around curse energy. And then Choso goes and beats a special grade 1 Zenin family member. So I'm back to where I start off with the thought of, yeah, Yuji needs more work, he needs more experience, he needs more of that clutch factor, because Choso's bringing it. So if only he didn't get one-shotted by Akotsu, I would have gave him a lot more praise. But if he put up even a kind of a fight against Choso after Naoya, that would have been a little more questionable on Gege's part. So I'm cool with what I got from Choso so far. It's reasonable. Everything's going a way that's reasonable. I'm just glad Choso is a good guy at this point. So yeah, I just can't wait to see what Gege does with him from this point on, because he's played his, in my eyes, Choso's played his part. He did the 2-on-2 with Yuji. If it was just Akotsu and Naoya versus Yuji, I mean, I don't know what would have happened, but I mean, either way, it played out the same. It would have played out the exact same way that it played out now, probably. Yuji's dead. He's not really dead, we all know this, but I wonder how Akotsu is gonna like finagle his way out of because in my head, Akotsu's still a good person. He's gonna try to like bring Yuji onto his side somehow. So, but that's another video for another time. So, Choso, pretty solid character in my book. I was expecting him to die by now, but anything past now is exceeding my expectations. So let it keep going. I can't wait for the most recent chapter. Gege is doing really good with the weekly drops instead of like taking breaks. I remember a couple months back, Gege took a couple breaks, but it's all good. It's all good. We're getting the content and it's great. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about Choso's character. If you like the video, comment, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Tell me what you think about Choso's character. Do you think he's cool? Do you think that he would have beat Naoya if Naoya knew that he was a death painting? I don't know. I mean, I don't know, because Choso's really clutch. So just entertain me in the comment section down below with what your opinions on him and what happened most recently in the most recent chapters. And other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.